And now it's time for... Here we go. All over the place. Crash, bang, splash. Smash them up. Whew. Okay, hey, let's put this in here. Once again, live on tape from a secret, undisclosed location, hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes in the Library of Graphic Literature, where we are now, with your host, him, Walsh. How's everyone going? I know everyone's pretty freaked out with this whole COVID business. And so am I. So is everyone. Everyone in the comic book industry. There's a lot of anger, a lot of fear too. I know that I seen yesterday that Dark Horse announced that they won't be releasing any print editions. Digital editions that they don't release in print, which is good. I hope the big companies do, because it would be grossly unfair to the comic book shops, thousands of comic book shops out there that built this industry. So, no paper, no pixels. Pass it on. Feel free to write and or call any publisher. It's God help the publisher who goes ahead with that and strands all those comic book stores with comics that they don't want. They'll be held to pay. There'll be a lot less orders from certain companies if they do that. Anyways, so yeah, in the middle of this pandemic, we got our last comics for a while. So it's where people are freaking out already. You know, comics should be an essential service. Just joking, of course, now. But of course, we should thank all the healthcare workers out there who are putting their lives on the line, and and thank all those senators, congressmen, and the big business who took time out of their busy schedule to loot the treasury for their own gain, while leaving poor people and middle class stuck with the bill. When are we going to learn, people? When are we going to learn, right? Well, sooner or later it's going to change, and it's not going to be pretty either. Anyways, so this week, we only a couple of books this week, but I threw in I got a little reading stack here to run through too. So I figured I'd puff up the show a bit. Anyway, Dennis and I recorded an episode of Thursday Comics, by the way, yesterday, here in this very room. You'll notice that I'm unshaven too. I'm just going to see how much of a beard I can grow in the meantime. Now, I will keep doing shows even with the absence of comics. But what I'm going to do is highlight different comics and stuff like that from the library, and some of my favorite stuff, and some stuff to encourage you to pick up and order from your local comic book store and pick it up later, and or just wait until the comic book stores are open again and go and pick them up. Anyway, so let's start this week. We have, speaking of Dark Horse, we have from Dark Horse and Jeff Lemire and our good buddy Michael Walsh comes Black Hammer and Justice League. Definitely a book to pick up. Of course, love Jeff Lemire's work. And Michael Walsh, well, everyone down here in Newfoundland loves Michael Walsh. He's been down here several times. He has roots here, as a matter of fact. And as a matter of fact, he when he came for a visit one time, he did a signing at Downtown Comics, and then he also came to a special breakdown comic jam that we held, and he talked to all the kids there and all that. And he was a really great person. So here, this is the type of person you should be supporting, right? So go out and buy Black Hammer Justice League. And even if you have to, order them from the companies themselves, just Just don't go buy digital copies. Come on. Anyway, this I've been dying to read because I've been watching the individual copies as they went up onto the stands. But you know me. Now let's have a good look at the cover there. Beautiful done there, Mike. Great job. And let's have a look inside. Great artwork. I mean, Black Hammer is one of my favorite comics out there these days. So, you know, putting together the Justice League with them, what a great little idea. So yeah, definitely something. And it's sort of an interesting sort of team up. I'd like to see actually even more cross company cooperation and, you know, fertilization of different products and stuff like that. Kind of cool, right? I think anyway. So yeah, this is definitely my big recommendation for this week. Pick it up. Oh, this one probably deserves to be kissed. It's a nice one. Okay, let's stop to give the rack a spin and give the tea a sip. Oh. So yeah, I guess everyone's freaked out. I mean, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna lose our houses? It really is a time of uncertainty. But I encourage everyone to stay in touch with their local MPs here in Canada and down the States, your senator and your Congress people, and really stick it to them too, folks. By the way, when you're dealing with government people, it's time to start sticking it to them because I don't know. Governments, a lot of governments, you know, there are some who aren't, but there are a lot of governments who are just listening to the rich and letting the rich continue to live their lives of luxury and screw us poor folks. So, anyway, so what I have here is Tales of the Batman, Marv Wolfman, Volume 1. So this, now this one has, let's see, it has art from Irv Novick, who passed away recently, Pat Broderick, Neil Adams, Jim Aparo, Dave Cockrum, Adrian Gonzalez, Don Newton, and George Perez. So, you know, fairly nice, sort of a nice selection of artists. Well, some of these I do have in other forms. I like this one. I always liked this cover, even when I was a kid. I can remember having this. This is the Neil Adams story. Now it's being recolored, and I knew when they recolored them. Irv Novick and Frank McLaughlin there. Frank McLaughlin passed away recently, as a matter of fact. But yeah, and then in here we have more Irv Novick. Oh yeah, he wasn't a bad artist, you know, all in all. He's a good journeyman type of person. Let's see, who else do we got in here? I can spot Irv Novick a mile away. Funny enough, this looks like, yep, this I do believe is Don Newton, looks like there. More Irv Novick. Jeez, a lot of Irv Novick. And of course, all the scripts by the Wolfman himself. Anyway, let's get in close here. Here I am hogging it all to myself, hogging all this fun. So there's more Irv Novick. And this is, oh, who this is. Oh, here you go. Okay, yeah. I guess that's a bit of The Outsiders, Teen Titans, a bit of Jim Aparo, of course. And here a little bit of Marv Wolfman, Pat Broderick. And some more Broderick. Some inking by John Beatty. But yeah, generally stories across a wide spectrum from Marv Wolfman. Wolfman, woo! Let's get that nicely framed there. So yeah, definitely a neat one to pick up. My favorite Wolfman stuff, though, is still well, it has to be Tomb of Dracula. Fabulous stuff, fabulous stuff. Anyway, and of course the Teen Titans. Now, last and definitely not least. Oh, excuse me, excuse my ignorance. Hang on a second. From the fine folks at the Library of American Comics comes yet another volume of fantastic cartoons from Lynn Johnston's For Better or For Worse. Dun, 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 dun. Once again, this book marks me once again completing my collection of the Library of American Comics. It's a must-have, especially for any library out there or whatever. Because I mean, besides this, they have everything from, and I talk about it all the time. I know Dick Tracy, Little Orphan Annie, Starhawk, Star Wars, Tarzan, Rick Kirby, Terry and the Pirates. Wide range of comics there. So, what a great cartoon work to be had here. Now I used to read some of the For Better and For Worse here and there through the years, and in a lot of ways it was interesting because it did sort of didn't predict, but it showed the way that comic books themselves even were going around the same time with the likes of Harvey P. Kerr and and sort of and your Joe Matz and your Seths and your Chester Browns and your Peter Baggs, the new realism, right? So yeah, in some ways it was a strip that was ahead of its time. Now, of course, some people, oh well, it's just about our family life and all that, but this is kind of what life is all about, really. Are things like that happen in these, their dog, the love and angst, day at the beach, the old dog, things that happen day to day. And a lot of them, I got a good laugh out of it. I always did kind of like her drawing style. There's just something very nice about, very natural, very easy about her drawing style. So way to go, Lynn. Another great book from those fabulous folks there at the Library of Graphic Literature. And look at that. Nice cover, hey? No, they always have great book design, stuff like that. Here's the edge, here's the back. A little bit of artwork on it. But yeah, definitely worth your while. Especially if you're a fan of Lynn Johnston. I mean, like I say, you don't have to be buying the whole library of American comics. I know a lot of people, are on strict budgets, even myself. But I managed to get a good lead-in run, and I just can't stop now. So yeah, if you're a fan of Lynn Johnston, For Better or For Worse, pick it up. There's only 10 books, I think it is, in the series anyway. Why not, hey? Now, that's all the new books for this week. Not a huge thing, and it'll be a while until you see some new books again. So there's a little bit of crying for all of us. So along with that, of course, I decided let's have a little bit of a reading stack. So I'm just going to show you basically some of the. I went around. I just pulled I always have a stack of books in my bedroom that I take books off to read, either using the bathroom or laying in bed just waiting to fall asleep. I'll read a little bit. Try to read at least an hour every day, anyways. So I just went and I just grabbed the first stack of books I could find, or the most, the stack of books of what I'm currently reading. I'll read like a stack at a time, and when I finish one, that goes out, and another one will go in. So but I like to have good variety, so this is what I did here. Now, of course, and you'll see, of course, like all the bookmarks are still in it. This is Donald Duck, Christmas in Duckburg, Donald Duck, Christmas in Duckburg by Carl Barks. Barks, of course, the preeminent duck artist. And, I mean, the stories in here, they're fabulous. I know, some of you superhero people think this is kind of nerdy, or, geez, what's the matter with Wallace? He reads Donald Duck, and that. But they're great stories, absolutely great stories. Can't recommend them enough. And same with unfortunately, Don Rosa Archives event ended. Well, not unfortunate. I guess got them all. I've got to read them all. And I think most of them are still in print. So check out some of them too. And especially the Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, which I've said like for 10,000 times now. But yeah, every one of these a treasure. A treasure, treasure, treasure. And now here is Batman Black and White Omnibus. Thing I like about this one, and I like reading this because it's just a whole bunch of short stories. Thing I like about this is just the wide variety of artists and writers working on this. I mean, everyone from Neil Adams to Mobius, P. Craig Russell, Matt Wagner, Bruce Timm, Alex Ross, Sean Murphy, Joe Kubert, even John Buscema, which I think, to be quite honest, I think was probably the only time he ever, that I can remember, ever did anything for DC Comics. So yeah, Michael Allred, just Walt Simmons, who's who of the comic book artist community from the late 90s. I guess this was late 90s. Was it into the 2000s? Let me see here now. It's been so long. It's been so long, so long, so long. Yeah. Oh, 96 to 97, yeah. From 96 and on, anyway. But yeah, I've been waiting I was really waiting for them to do a omnibus of this, because I never did get all of them in hardcover form. Now on we go. This is Emma. I almost finished this one. This is a cool one. The complete Gail Simone Red Sonja. Da, 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 da. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Gail Simone's Red Sonja, but it's definitely it's a comic worth reading. Stunning, great artwork, but the stories are fabulous. Loving the stories. Gail Simone writes a great Red Sonja. I'll give her that much. Good work there, Gail. Very good work. Top notch, top notch. Highly recommended there. Okay. So I'm going to try to finish that one the weekend if I can, actually. Now here is a book I just got recently. I buy like 99% of my books at my local comic book shop. But occasionally when I come across a great deal online, either on eBay or wherever, I'll pick it up. And this was a really good book deal. I got the 4 Nancy books from Fantagraphics, John Stanley's work on it. These actually came from one of my favorite cartoonists out there, Joe Matt. Bought them off him. And got a great deal. And not only that, but man, can the guy pack a book so that it ships very safely. I mean, there wasn't any dings on it, anything. They looked like they were the day he probably bought them himself. So if any of you have to deal or buy books from him, of course, they're going to come to you in one piece. So I highly recommend that. So yeah, these are pretty cool. I know there's just something really cute and fun about Nancy, and especially these stories. There's just something neat about them. They're a lot different than the. I never was a huge fan of the comic strip, but I like the comics. Now we'll move on. We got an omnibus here, and this is one, the Masters of Suspense. This is volume 1. I'm still working my way through this. I'm going to try to read this over the next few weeks. Well, not only this, but volume 2. I love Ditko. Ditko has, when I talk to my artist friends, Ditko, I mean, everyone in his stories, there's a tension behind all the characters. I know I say that all the time, but there's something just simmering just below the surface of person that he's ever drawn. It's kind of like this, right? Like there's a good example. Definitely worth picking up. I got the 2 volumes now, and they're nice companions to the Kirby Monster Buses. Beautiful books too. Last but not least, something I may need if this COVID thing goes on for too long, Psychoanalysis. This is one of the new direction books from EC, and this one is cool because it's all Jack Kamen, and it's kind of interesting. It's I like reading stuff like this. It's a real reflection of the time and the period from whence it came. So check it out. Psychoanalysis. Blah, blah. Anyway, well, that's it, folks, for this week. Thank you very much for attending to me and putting up with me for 20 minutes. When it comes to Thursday Comics, by the way, we're going, because we got nothing better to do, Dennis and I will probably shoot a few extra episodes of Thursday Comics, so keep an eye out on that. There's one brand new one, like I say, posted last night. Check it out and share it with people. Preferably only adults, because it's 4 episodes in a row. I think it is. They're now marked explicit, so, and we're kind of proud of that. But yeah, we talk about comics in a no-holds-barred, rip-roaringest style you ever seen. And it's a lot of fun. Actually, we really enjoy it, because Dennis and I, we sit down, we could talk about comics for 24 hours straight until one of us passed out from exhaustion. But we tried to limit it to half an hour. Anyway, that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in, and stay apart from each other, stay home, and read some comics. Read as many comics as you have. Reread some of your older comics. Feel free to post what comics you're going to be rereading. I know there's some I will be rereading. And as a matter of fact, maybe next week I'll talk about that. What comics will I reread? So yeah, get out there and get rereading. That being said, BoomTube, take me away. Yes. Okay, Mom. Love you. Here I go. Woo! Splash, bang, smash, crash 'em up. Okay. Turn off the camera, someone.